A man brought his wife to pass away in luxury. I used to work at the world's only official 7-star hotel. One day, an older couple walked up to the front desk, dressed in ragged, worn-out clothes. At a place where rooms cost over $1,000 a night, an image was everything. I figured they were lost. But when I asked if I could help, the man smiled and said, "Oh yes, we're checking into our 2-night stay." I was stunned, but sure enough, their names were in the system. I assigned them a private butler, and they were escorted to their suite. Not even 10 minutes later, the butler came downstairs in tears. He told me he couldn't accompany them any further. When I asked why, he just shook his head and walked off. I sent up another butler. All afternoon, I noticed him sprinting up and down the stairs, arms full of chocolates, flowers, and complimentary drink. By evening, he looked exhausted and deeply troubled. He pulled me into a quiet room and whispered, "Please don't tell anyone, but the man's wife is dying." Turns out, she'd had a stroke the day after retiring. The couple had saved hundreds of thousands to travel the world together. Instead, her golden years were spent in hospital beds, hooked to machines. Her only dream? To travel in luxury. Now, with the doctors telling them she had days left, her husband spent the very last of their savings to bring her here. He couldn't even afford food. The butler had been showering them with anything he could find that was complimentary. I felt a lump in my throat. I ran straight to the kitchen and put in 2 orders of our highest-rated meals. Then the butler and I went upstairs to serve them personally. We knocked softly. The man was sitting on the bed, gently stroking his wife's hair, his forehead pressed to hers. There was an aching silence in the room. "Sir," I said gently, "we wanted you to enjoy this meal. On us." He looked up, and a bright smile briefly crossed his face, but it vanished just as quickly. He stood, walked over, and pulled me into a tight hug. Then he whispered, "My wife would have loved this meal, but she's already gone. She passed just minutes ago."